Hi guys, this week I wrote in my notes app, make a video about self-love, and that was actually the only thing I wrote. So I decided to adhere to that. I wrote that because every single step that I take, I realize how important self-love is. It's literally the foundation of everything. I also realized how long it took me to develop self-love. It's only been quite recent that I actually feel like I really love myself, and you only notice later on when you start loving yourself how much you didn't love yourself before. So that's what I keep noticing now every time. It really is so important because everything, how we show up in this world, how we perceive this world, is a projection of how we feel on the inside of our inner world. And if you do not love yourself, you cannot show up fully loving in this world. You cannot fully love another person. You cannot fully walk around with happiness, with excitement about things, because there's something, something missing. There's something not there. You don't love yourself. And you might think, oh, but no, I can. I do love other people. I prioritize their needs above my own. That's not true love. That's an unhealthy form, because once you fully prioritize other people's needs above your own, there is some sort of unhealthy attachment there. There's some sort of, either you need validation from them, either you're going to become kind of obsessed with them, you're going to live life through them, your only focus is going to be on them, because you're basically neglecting yourself in order to make sure that they are fine. And this is the same as the airplane example. You need to put the mask on yourself first before you put it on someone else. And maybe that doesn't sound that romantic, but that results in sustainable long-term love, a love that's unconditional, a love that's not based on anything that makes you feel like, oh, you need them in order to live your life. The true love, because true love is unconditional, is when you love yourself. You know that you can fully make it on your own, that you do not need anyone else but yourself, and you still choose to go through life with your partner. That's true love. Then there are no conditions, no unhealthy attachments. You both make choices to be together every single day. And it's not based on, oh, I need this person to survive, or oh, I need this person so that I can feel good about myself, or, I need to live my life through this person. No, that's not the way. And I can tell you, because I've been in a relationship like that before, I did not love myself at all. My entire focus was on my partner at that time. My entire focus was living through him. I didn't love myself enough to build my own skills. I didn't love myself enough to have my own hobbies, to figure out who I really was. Everything was just based, my focus was completely on my partner at that time. And then you really give everything that you have into the hands of someone else. And when that person leaves, you're broken to your core. And that's why self-love is the foundation of everything, so you do not break to your core, and not just in romantic relationships, but in every external situation that you put yourself in. You'll be able to handle everything. You'll be able to handle it if you do not get through a certain interview, if you don't get through that business deal that you always wanted. You'll know that you're going to manage because you love yourself. So the foundation is stable. Nothing can break that. Nothing can take that away. That'll always be there. And then you'll be like, okay, well, let's find the next opportunity, Loving yourself also means that, because loving yourself and self-worth, they're all so interconnected, that you truly believe that you deserve good things, that you truly believe that you are worthy of great things, and you need to believe that in order to achieve them. Why would you not deserve something good? Why would you not deserve to be a billionaire? Why would you not deserve to achieve your dreams and to be able to create your dream life? Why not? Why do you not love yourself enough to feel like you deserve that? The first thing for me that really helped was I changed the way I started speaking to myself. I used to think, and I think a lot of people believe this, is that once you start being too kind to yourself, so loving yourself means, oh, I'm going to be too kind to myself, which means I'm going to let myself go, which means I'm not going to work hard to achieve my goals. This is not true. I also used to think that I needed to put myself in miserable situations to have enough motivation to work towards something. No, this is so wrong. This is so wrong because you'll get enough motivation if you have a strong enough why. Why are you doing something? And also if you feel enough passion for the things that you're doing. That will be your drive and your motivation. You do not need to put yourself in miserable situations, neglecting yourself to feel like you are working towards something. I used to pull all-nighters when I had an idea of working towards something. I used to pull an all-nighter because I'd be like, no, I need to do this right now because that means I'm working towards something. No, I need to sleep in order to function. Or I used to starve myself all day. No, I need to eat in order to function, like make sure that your basic fundamental needs are met. Make sure that you're nourishing yourself with good, healthy food, that you're drinking enough water, that you're getting enough sleep. Because that's the most fundamental act of self-love. And then look at external situations, then look at how much you can work around that. But those things should be non-negotiables in whatever situation you're in. So those are all ways to show yourself love. And going back to the self-talk, I used to talk to myself in a way where I'd be like, you get up, you lazy piece of, go to the gym, go do this, go achieve this. And that might have gotten me to the gym a couple of times, but that was definitely not sustainable. And if I'm going to talk to myself in a negative way, use negative words to describe myself, like if I'm going to talk to myself as if I'm a lazy person, I'm going to become a lazy person. So you should talk to yourself from the person that you want to become. If I'm, instead of saying like, oh, you lazy piece of, go to the gym, if I say, come on, you're a fit girl right now, go to the gym, prove yourself, you got this, something like that, then I'll talk to myself from the person that I maybe want to become. So make sure that you talk to yourself in a kind way and make sure that you do not use negative words to describe yourself. Only use words of types, characteristics that you actually want to embody, and talk to yourself from that kind of way. And also don't be scared that being kind to yourself, being loving to yourself is not going to motivate you. Because the purest form of self-love is to be loving to yourself, but also firm. I watched this podcast and a behavioral therapist was saying how the way you need to speak to yourself if you want to change certain habits is as if you would to your child or loved one. If they would be like every single day wanting to eat something super unhealthy, you would tell them, I get it, but we're not going to do that because I care about you, I love you, I want you to be healthy. Talk to yourself in that way. Tell yourself, I get it. For example, if you're sad and you don't want to do anything, I get it, you're sad, this really sucks, I understand, but we have to work. We have places that we have to be. We have goals that we need to achieve. We have events that we need to show up in. Talk to yourself in that way. That's the most effective way, I promise you. And it's also gonna last you longer. You're in it for the long term. Always think of it that way. Another thing that I want to talk about is that self-love is sometimes mistaken for being selfish, egocentric, narcissistic, not caring about other people. And that's normally said by the people that get triggered by you loving yourself. Because you loving yourself can show other people that they might not love themselves. So it might confront them. It's important to be understanding towards that too, because everyone's going through a journey. But that does not mean that you need to embrace that and think that you loving yourself does not mean that you're egocentric or that you do not care about other people. And sometimes it's actually important to be selfish and prioritize your own needs. It used to be carrying so much of other people's needs that I didn't want to be a bother to the extreme extent where I didn't even fulfill my own needs. So if I would be in a form of transportation and there would be someone next to me with lots of bags, I used to feel bad to tell them that I needed to pass through because this was my stop. Don't let it get there. Don't let it become so extreme. You need to take care of your needs. You need to stand up for yourself. You need to show up for yourself. As long as it's not negatively impacting anyone else, it's not a problem. If you show your boundaries, you're only going to make it easier for other people to know how to communicate with you. So make sure that you fulfill your needs and do not be scared of burdening other people too much with it. I also used to have where visiting a friend, they would offer me something to drink, and even if I was super thirsty, I would say, no, that's fine, because I was raised in a culture where you had to say no a couple of times until you could say yes to something that was offered to you. Don't be like this. Don't do this. If someone is offering you something, also allow them to do something nice for you. Receive. So those are some of the things that I think are really important to realize that are closely related to loving yourself. You fulfilling your own needs, you sticking up for yourself. Make sure that once you start this journey of self-love, that you start loving yourself entirely. Start loving all the past versions of you, because every past version made sure that you are now who you are. You're here, you're aware, you're working on self-love. That's beautiful. All of the past versions of you were important to get to where you want to be. Let's talk about some concrete steps on how you can get to loving yourself more. First of all, start changing the way you speak to yourself. This was the first thing that I did, and it has helped me so much. Talk to yourself in a positive way. Closely related to that are affirmations. Say affirmations in the mornings, in the evenings, every time when you feel like you're going through your day and you feel like you're either speaking to yourself in a negative way or you're starting to think negative thoughts about yourself, start speaking affirmations out loud and try to generate the feeling as well. I usually say, I allow myself to love myself, or I allow myself to show up in a loving way towards myself. Because I feel like the I allow myself really generates that feeling within me. If I just say, I love myself, especially on days when I don't really feel that loving towards myself, that doesn't really help me. But if I say, I allow myself to show up in a loving way towards myself, then I can generate that feeling. I let go of those blocks and I just really feel like I can love myself. So say affirmations in ways that really help you, that generate that loving feeling towards yourself within you. Other things that really help: journaling, writing down all of your accomplishments, celebrating small wins that you make throughout life. I also used to have one act of self-love that I just did every single day, no matter what, whether I achieved my goals that day or not. I used to go to my favorite coffee place and I used to get myself a coffee. That's actually how I started. So maybe have one act of self-love that you do every single day for you, no matter if you have achieved whatever you need to achieve or not. What helps me lately even more is because I can generate a lot of feeling through listening to songs. So if you have that too, I listen to a lot of songs and I imagine myself singing that song to my inner child or to my highest self. So for example, that song that goes like, just the two of us, think about me and my inner child. Or last time I was listening to Whenever, Wherever by Shakira, and when she says like, we're meant to be together, I thought about me and my highest self. You know, like how I merge with my highest self and start like becoming my highest self. So this really helps me. If this helps you as well, you can try some of that. Start just taking small, tiny steps every time, loving yourself a little bit more. Motivational videos, inspirational videos, they all help. Become aware of patterns, go throughout your day, become aware of when you're not acting very loving towards yourself, become aware of when you're neglecting yourself in order to fulfill other people's needs. Just become aware of these patterns, and then you can slowly start changing them. I promise you, a whole new world with new opportunities will open up to you. You will attract the opportunities that you need. You'll attract the people that you need if you start loving yourself. Those people are going to love you too. Those opportunities are going to be loving towards you because you love yourself. So that's the energy that you put out there. Okay, I hope that this video resonates. I hope it helps. I'll make sure to also share some affirmations soon. And yeah, I'm very happy that you're here. I'm happy that you're listening and supporting and watching. And thank you so much. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.